All right, this is like what is going on a global scale, and 3 little snippets from played fast forward so people know for time constraint. Like, what is going on worldwide, globally? Like, all the lies revolving around a virus. All right, here we go.
If the COVID-19 pandemic was predicted nearly a decade ago, that's the social media claim circulating as more states put restrictions back into place.
I gotta love it. I'm sorry. This is from. Oh my goodness! It's this. I love. Like, go to fact checkers, people. Verify. This is called Verify. Rockefeller document doesn't prove theory. Coronavirus pandemic was planned in 2010. Verify.
Pocket is sorting out fact from fiction.
Let's start with the claim that this lockdown was planned more than 10 years ago in the, quote, Rockefeller document. There are a lot of claims.
Because the liars, when they debunk and clarify, they have to actually, like, announce things. So it's almost too funny.
In these posts, they say that the Rockefeller document talks about a contagious but low mortality rate virus, that it would have a weaponized version, that the virus would be transported between labs and smuggled out by China, that they'd fund government agencies and give them talking points and scripts, and that governments would coordinate a vaccine development and multiple lockdown phases. Okay, that's a lot. Let's verify. Did this Rockefeller document really...
Okay, that's a lie, he said, so believe him. He's your teacher. Okay, Fauci, 3.7 million from the NIA ID under NIH, twice, 3.7 million times 2, to 2 Chinese scientists to come here, get gain of function, Chapel Hill, South Carolina, Fort Detrick, and Winnipeg, Manitoba. And then go back to Wuhan. Yeah. And then Event 201. 2019, October 18th, 2019, same day as Wuhan military war games with 110 nations, soldiers, for plausible or real, deniability or plausible deniability or very real super spreader event for a weak bioweapon, for a plan to put the whole world in a reset.
Predict the COVID pandemic. Our sources, the Johns Hopkins Data Tracker, the CDC.
And who was at Event 201? Johns Hopkins. And the Gates Foundation. I'm missing somebody else. A third party. Gates, World Economic Forum. Klaus Schwab. Yeah.
In the Rockefeller Foundation. We found the document these claims mention. It's actually called Scenarios for the Future of Technology and International Development. It was made in 2010 by the Rockefeller Foundation to consider how different technology will affect our world over the next decade. It is 54 pages long with 4 different scenarios. Only one of them was a pandemic. And it's not nearly as similar as these claims suggest. The scenario virus started in 2012, not 2019. It started in geese. It was very fatal, killing more than 8 million people, and many governments put lockdowns and other restrictions in place. And that's the only similarity between COVID and this scenario virus, that many world governments have put in place lockdowns. That's it. This long list of claims doesn't match the document at all, and the virus in the scenario has almost no resemblance to COVID-19. So the claims that the Rockefeller document predicted COVID and this pandemic 10 years ago, that's false.
There you go. It's false. Oh, shoot. I'm not going to play fast. Come on. Okay, I'm going to leave links. It's like, it's priceless. It's like Twilight Zone met Saturday Night Live in GNN. CLADE X. GNN. What is scrolling? Taking forever. This is a snippet from Event 201. Here we go. It's 11 minutes long. Real life scenario.
To do things
drill.
That are out of their historical.
These people are pretending to play a script. They're doing an exercise, which we call a drill. Going live. They are playing their own parts. Like, this is probably really Stephen Red. But here we go.
Totalitarian, Chinese regime as an example of what we need to be doing.
A war footing that we need to be on. We shouldn't underestimate the power of entrepreneurship. We need to escalate that, whether it's through the government's
Again, this is
tax breaks or
fast
subsidies
speed.
of that nature to increase manufacturing of those types of products. It can happen quickly. A Marshall-type plan, don't mean to say that exactly, but a Marshall plan, they can go into effect and stimulate change very quickly.
Countries are reacting in different ways as to how best to manage the overwhelming amounts of dis and misinformation circulating over the internet. In some cases, limited internet shutdowns are being implemented to quell panic.
How much control of information should there be, and by whom? And how can false information be effectively challenged? And what if that false information is coming from companies or from governments?
I think it's very important that we make sure that there is concise communication with all healthcare facilities where these patients are being treated so that there isn't mass panic.
We're at a moment where the social media platforms have to step forward and recognize the moment to assert that they're a technology platform and not a broadcaster is over. They, in fact, have to be a participant.
Is over, yeah. Power control freaks. Your time for your surf, humanity time for using the internet for yourselves. Time's over. Ooh, that's over. It's over.
Broadcasting accurate information and partnering with the scientific and health communities to counterweight, if not flood the zone of accurate information, because to put the genie back in the bottle of the misinformation and disinformation is nigh impossible. One thing.
We got the science, the real science. Don't you people think you can use the internet? Talk to one another? No.
We haven't spoken about, and I'm wondering whether it's time to talk about this, is
Yeah, you're not wondering. You're in a drill, exercise drill, and you know it. Event 201.
on enforcement actions against fake news.
I personally do not believe that trying to shut things down in terms of information is either practical or desirable. And we do have, I think, a couple of strategies that are available to us, one of which is the flood strategy, second of which is relying and informing and equipping trusted sources of information with the facts so they...
Trusted sources of info. That's what my local news said they were going to give us at the beginning of this. They're going to go to the trusted news sources, the government and the CDC, that sort of thing, the World Health Organization. Not those, kooky alternative sites.
Can then pass that on. But we also need to actually think about a technological answer to this.
The outcome of the CAPS pandemic in Event 201 was catastrophic. 65 million people died in the first 8...
This is called CLADE X, part of the Event 201 drill simulation, like they are GNN, for CNN. Oh, I missed. It don't matter what part he's talking. He's saying the truth.
Development. Right. Now I have two more documents. Keep it zoomed. We have the National Security Memorandum of December 10th, 1974. This is Henry Kissinger's brainchild. The National Security Memorandum number 200. You can look that up on your internet. I'll summarize it. He says that there's too many people. We got to get rid of the population. So to answer your question earlier, yeah, he says he used the word depopulation, which is different. Depopulation means killing people that already exist, and it's to get the minerals, because we need the minerals. And here's another one. The CDC has a patent on Ebola. They patented it. Yeah? Right. So basically, if you want to get a cure for your Ebola, it says it right up here, right? It says human Ebola virus species and compositions and methods thereof, and it's a patent. It's a patent. They patented the main strain plus something like 17 other strains of it. So they own it now, and I don't know how exactly you can own that, but apparently they've done the same thing. Yeah, I didn't think you could own it.
All right. I've had all these played at fast speed. Trying to make this quick. It ain't so quick. It's almost 10 minutes. I'm going to link everything, and it's a plan. The whole global warp speed reset upon us, a plan overtaking humanity, world lies, and you know what? God tells us everything done in darkness will be revealed, and Jesus is the truth. And we have nothing to fear. So that's awesome. Alrighty.